So you can rhyme or not rhyme. You can be fast, you can be slow, you can write about someone you love, you can write about someone you hate, you can be yourself, you can be somebody else. There are absolutely no rules. So the judging is a bit subjective, and that's kind of the fun of it. So it's really about whether or not people enjoy the particular poem that you've written. Everyone will enjoy them. The judges judge, but I use the quotations because really it's a bit of a cliche, but there is no real winner. Everyone's a winner when we do this. It's so much fun. The judges look for things to do with the content of your poem and how well you perform it, and that's it. And what we will do at the end, they will add up your scores. They throw away the high one, the low one, and then we have a winner, but you win, woo! The respect of your peers. There's no money involved. I'll think of a good prize. The winner will be something to do with getting out of a homework assignment. Which I think is a, yeah, thought you might like that. A lot better than a Starbucks card. Okay, I think that could be about it. I'm sure, I feel like I forgot to say something. I'm sorry if I have. Actually, oh my gosh, the most important thing I forgot to say is that we just really need you to give us the most positive energy that you can. Because it is very nerve-wracking to come up here and read a poem that you've written, and most of us have never done this kind of thing before, and it's much scarier than you might realize. It might have seemed like a good idea when your child was writing that poem in the bedroom, but when they get up here in front of everybody, it's going to seem pretty bad. So we have to give them the most positive energy that we can. We also have this kind of a rule when we do this where sort of, I have this rule that I don't think it's fair to ask the students to do something like this that I wouldn't do myself. And every year I think, oh my God, why do I do it? Like right about now. But fair is fair, and so when you ask the students to do something above and beyond the call of duty, you should be willing to do it yourself. So. So my name is Heather Fenton, and this is my poem, which is called Numbers Night. So last night, I had a dream. I was a 1, the number 1. And I know it's not necessarily news that dreams can reflect your reality. But I was a little bit worried about what this 1 wanted me to wonder. So I'm a 1, and I'm standing on the street, upright and uptight, and next to me is a 6 and a 7. I know a lot of you got a special place for 7, but I prefer 6. Because if you think about it, say 6. It's got style. 6. It's like 7 is a second syllable, but 6 is a solo sound. So my 6, standing on the street corner, smoking a cigarette. And out of nowhere comes 9. And 6 says, 9, nice. You've been working with weights? Because you used to be doughy down below, and now you're like a tank up top. And 9 goes, thanks, man. I've been throwing it with 3. Now, I know he comes across as closed, but often he's open. And he's been teaching me, if you don't like the way you look, you gotta turn things on their tail. I'm like, wow, these numbers are feeling philosophical. I was standing there, still, super straight. 5, freaky 5 comes flowing in. Hey, integers, impressive. Can I hang with you dudes? And 6 is like, yeah, 5, man, I don't know. Like, our gathering needs some girls, and you're a good guy, but you're kind of goofy. It's like you don't know what you want to be. You want to be simple and straight, or you want to be curved and cool. And 5's like, well, no, not 5. 5, yeah, that same 5, the one that I just about forgot. That 5 says, well, I get it, but I got game. You know 8? That's right. Infinite 8. The one, easy on the eyes, with the bountiful body. If I make my move, she will roll on over to this rendezvous, and she will bring 2 and 4. And I know you think 2 is kind of simple, but I see myself in her. And 4, maybe she's pointing in all different directions, but everybody's got to start somewhere if they're going anywhere. You know what I'm saying, 6? Matter of fact, the only number not worth the news is 10. You know why? Because 10 is just a little short stick standing next to a 0 going nowhere. So, I'm like, wow, you can imagine. I really wanted to keep witnessing these wonders, but I was drawn from the dream by the audible assault of my alarm. However, I now know why I was a 1. Because sometimes, you gotta listen if you're gonna learn a lesson. And sometimes, when you're number 1, you should just stay silent. This is all of our poets. They're going to come up one at a time. They're going to introduce themselves, and we're going to give them a massive round of applause. So first up, Calvin.
Okay, so my name is Calvin Smart, and I'm going to be presenting Lost in Disneyland. Excitement filled the air, lighting it up like a flare. The long lines awaited. The thought of ice cream slowly faded. I could see the castle that would later be the place for hassle. As we entered, I ran towards Mickey Mouse's hand. First I ran, then I stood and stared at an ice cream cone that could not be compared. I snatched my cone in a hurry and ran. I was sure I was holding my mother's hand, but as I looked up I realized it was of a bearded man. I did not even wait. I just ran away as he waved. I decided I had to be found, so I kept walking around. My mind had gone blank, and I could barely think. I was so scared, I couldn't even blink. I saw my parents in the distance. I had never been so happy to realize of their existence. We hugged, and then off we went. This was the craziest time I ever spent. Thank you.
Yeah!
Hi, my name is Avril Munoz, and I'll be presenting A Better Life. Tick-tock sounds the clock. 7 a.m., already around 5 blocks. Showering, cooking, and cleaning, getting everything ready for my next meal. Don't want to be the next housewife, always in hope of a better life. For boyfriends and friends, there is no time. The social ladder I must not climb. Parties, drinking, and picnics in the sun. There will be other times for all that fun. Don't want to be full of strife, always in search for a better life. Work, 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 there is no choice. I can almost hear my mother's voice. 5 p.m., the work is done. Cannot stop till I know I won. Don't want to be a useless butter knife, always on a journey for a better life. Is this really what I'm looking for, or am I only doing this to please them more? Feeling more like a theater puppet, living my life on a budget. Don't want to hear the drum and fife, always chasing a better life.
My name is Leticia Ochoa, and this is The Jump. The moment seems timeless, there's total silence, except for the rumbler canter and my breath that comes after. After that final jump, which makes my heart beat faster. You wait for a falling bar, a bump, praying the ride is free from disaster. There's a pause, nothing passes through your mind, just waiting for the sound of the applause and a zero sign. Then, a shot of happiness comes across the face, and so does to the horse as it begins to race. The crowd stands up and starts to scream, I think I'm living a dream. This was my past hobby with many medals and trophies, many good and bad memories, and some other miseries. But what does a winning mean when you can no longer enjoy what once made you happy and felt this moment was unique?
My name is Juan and my poem is called The Important Event.
I woke up this morning, starving to death. Put on my slippers and jump off the bed. I did not notice it was already late, an important event that could not wait. Grabbed all my things and ran out the door. Ran into the kitchen like never before. Drank all the coffee, ate all the bacon. 10 minutes left, if I'm not mistaken. As fast as I could, I ran down the street. I was on fire, as well as my feet. Running and running, trying to catch the bus, but I did not make it. It wasn't enough. I was already melting, covered in sweat. I kept on running, had somewhere to get. I did not notice that 10 minutes had passed. The event had already started, and I got there last. I finally got there. It was just across the street. I started to walk, stopped, when I heard a beep. A car had hit me. It was a shame, but I finally made it to my soccer game.
My name is Miranda Guerrero, and I'm going to be reading to you guys A Day at the Beach. Blue waves come to shore, and the clear sky above reminded her of a love that she used to adore. Blue skies, sad eyes, dull and dark, full of lies, taking away all life. The hot sand reminded her of his hands, hot and rough from being tough. The damage done, the sheltering sun cannot cover up, yet they made up. The deep ocean, his soul, he was never kind, but she didn't mind. Pretending to be cold, has she been fooled? He has a soul, people just didn't know. He was strange, out of her range, a mystery with hidden history. She taught him to feel, she taught him to live. He taught her winter and made her bitter. Yet after all, she stayed. But she started to fade and dug her own grave. She wanted to leave. She had no more heart, no more love. She had been deceived. But every once in a while, in secret, she would go to the ocean and leave all emotion. But the blue waves that came to shore and the clear sky above reminded her of a love that she adored. Waves come and go, just like he did. She drowned and was left for dead. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marifer Sandoval, and my poem is called Gymnastics. At first, it was just for having fun, practicing gymnastics with my hair in a bun. But then, it turned out to be my passion, that for a time, I could not abandon. Training 4 hours daily, without a single break for being lazy. Wanting to escape from there, give up, and be anywhere. While I speak with my body, all alone on the floor, the cheers and sounds I have to ignore. Hundreds of eyes are staring at me, while I create magic with music and what they see. Gripping on my hands, hitting my hips on the uneven bars. Not having social plans, I'm occupied being a gymnastic star. Gymnastics isn't only beautiful routines or doing amazing tricks. It's knowing the cost of sacrifice and having to deal with it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Julia Gama, and I will be presenting my poem called Food. Food, food, food. The greatest of all loves, never disappointing. A passion secretly shared, addictive, intriguing, every single one of us. It can be tempting and a trap through its delicious taste. It controls you and hypnotizes you, regardless of what you ate. Do not take its innocence for granted, because it will take revenge. You will look yourself in the mirror and see the horror with such a scare. But there is a reward waiting once anxiety has ceased. Your outside may keep growing, but your inside will be complete. Thank you.
I don't want to break it. Or do you want? That's fine. Hi, everybody. My name is Leah Black, and my poem's called Two Sides of the Story. You may think I'm empty in this opaque mind of mine. Opinions, I've got plenty. Just let me have my 3 cups of wine. I don't care about what you say. Let me sit down and have my beer. It's been a long day. I'm too drunk to even hear. I want you back to normal. I want to glue your broken pieces. What you do to yourself is immoral, and I just miss your hugs and kisses. I wish you were sober. I know talking's taboo. Why can't you be any stronger? You're killing me too. Thank you. Hi, my name is Ali Grimaldi, and I'll be reading my poem called Words I Couldn't Say. It's been 11 months since I last saw you. I'm sorry for what I put you through. You should know, it wasn't easy for me either, but I think we both just needed a breather. There were so many things left unsaid. I was hanging by a thread. I needed to get out of there, and when I did, it was like coming out for fresh air. I felt suffocated, like we were together, but at the same time separated. Some find solace in the idea that failed relationships were a mistake because of all the pain and heartbreak. But despite certain circumstances, I'm not one to hold grudges. You were arms that held me, a mind that challenged me. The days I spent with you were never a waste, and the memories, they could never be erased. These are the words I couldn't say. Unfortunately now, we went our separate ways.
Hello, my name is Edwin Hernandez, and this is The Great Life of Alan Nord. He wore the finest armor. He drew the sharpest sword. He also was an archer. His name was Alan Nord. A man of great honor, famed as a virtuoso. But in bed as a lover, some say he was so-so. One night he got a letter of a battle he must attend. So he packed his lucky sweater, the one that Grandma helped him mend. The dawn of war came along. They were outnumbered 4-1. While his army stayed strong, they would fight until they won. The whole sight was tainted red. His fellow knights were all floored. The scene was pain and dread. The last man standing, Alan Nord. But he fought as no man did. Heads fell below his feet. He single-handedly got rid of 3 entire fleets. Oh, there he was, the one true knight that won the war with his own hand, full of courage, full of might, back again in his homeland. He approached the king to get his honor, but as he stepped on the first stair, he got his foot stuck on a corner, and his weapon flew through the air. He was dismayed as he descended. His throat got slit by his own sword. but only this blade could have ended the great life of Alan Nord. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Francisco Patiño and I am presenting my poem titled, For What Do We Live?
Francisco!
Today I opened my eyes to realize that I had a device that all of us have, but that most of us use it at its half. That device is called life and it's meant to live, not to rest, because then it will become a regret. Why do you exist? You're here to persist, pursue your dreams and take risks. You want my advice? Don't think twice. Life is about moments. Make them of your enjoyment. Let's live our life while we still can and make it a long span. So when our lives are almost over, we'll know there weren't any leftovers.
Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good time. My name is Jimena Troche and the title of my poem is Yes, I Am a Woman. Shut up! Sit down! Stand up! Go there! Come here! Do this! Do that! Who am I supposed to be? I know who I am, but nobody worships it. Yes, I am a woman. I'm like a rock beside a pond. They grab me. They hit me. They use me. They play with me. They yell at me. They laugh at me. They throw me, and I fall inside the pond, lonely and bruised. Yes, I am a woman. Then they tell me, don't sit like that. Cross your legs, back straight, chin up, show some respect. Respect? To who? Why? They don't respect me. Why should I? Yes, I am a woman. If I fall, it's because of them. If I don't cry, it's because I don't want to lose my pride of who I am. If I kill, it's because of the anger inside of me. Yes, I am a woman. Since when we become less than them? Since when we have to stay inside the box because we belong there? Since when we have to give them what they want at the moment they want it? Since when my body has become a piece of dust instead of a piece of art? Tell me, please tell me, since when I have to give some things to become part of this society? Yes, I am a woman. Thanks so much.
She looks at the menu, then stares at the door. I'm full of joy, ready to eat them up. She just looks at them and says, yuck. She says it's better to not have death on your plate. I disagree with her, and that makes us debate. My mom puts quinoa on top of every meal. How come she doesn't care how I feel? My sister being a vegan might not always be bad. The only problem is that it makes my mom mad. I'm happy because that's more food for me. I can eat double, why wouldn't I agree? My sister is vegan and I don't know why. The good thing is fats don't go to her thigh. But once in a while she'll be willing to cheat, only if what I offer her is sushi to eat. When I see meat, I begin to drool, but for her, eating it is very cruel. Lettuce, beans, all that she does adore, but I will never stop being a carnivore.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Valor, and the name of my poem is I Need You. I need you more than a day. I'm not happy being without you. Time with you, it's never enough, let me say. I need you. Why don't you understand? We text almost every hour, but I just can't live with letters. Your voice is something that I've always treasured. I need to hear your voice. Why don't you understand? Every time I spend with you, it's like I'm out of space. Time travels faster when we're together. I need you with me. Why don't you understand? At the beginning, we were just two humans knowing each other, but now it's different. We know more about us. I don't know what is happening, my lover. I need you. Why don't you understand?
Hey guys, I'm Skylar Woodcock, and I'm going to read you my poem called The Tree. You remind me of the tree in my backyard. Something that was always so strong and beautiful, yet is now dying slowly, sickly and scarred. When I first laid my eyes upon it, something told me it was invincible. There was nothing in this world that could have ever caused it to die. But little did I know, it was crying inside. It had so much purpose and so much importance in keeping everything around it alive. It brought so much joy and inspiration to anyone that ever saw it. But no one would ever guess that it kept a sad secret, a common told lie. I began to spend time in the garden, growing closer to the tree every day. I started to realize that it was flawed and hurt in so many ways. And though part of a garden, it stood alone. Its branches were withered by storms and a trunk carved with the broken hearts of past love. The tree had seen too much for its years and was neglected, spending too much time on its own. I began to look at the tree in ways that no one else would. My love for it was intense, and I did everything I could to try and keep it alive. It was dying, but willing to fight, and I believed it could. The tree is now being held up by everything possible. Many ropes and a large wooden crutch. It is falling, losing its leaves, and the squirrels that once lived upon it have now found a new home. But I'm still there waiting, trying to keep it alive because it gives me purpose and I love it so much. I can't get it in me.
My name is Ari Moreno, and the title of my poem is Overhead. Okay, the title of my poem is Overhead. Arriving at the soccer field, getting the feel. When would my teammates show? I don't know. Grabbing my bag, ready to go, the referee came and spoke. The other team wants to play. Do you say yay or nay? After a quick chat with the other team's cap, it would lend us 9 players according to our conveyor. So the game progressed, pure fun, no stress. I took the role of goalkeeper, the pressure now, much deeper. The second half came, and near the net I said, hey Paco, let's make a bet. I bet I won't be scored on, and victory we shall be upon. Wow, how quick did I speak. Penalty, the referee squeaked. Should have waited a couple minutes more. All right, I got this. I'll keep my promise and not let them score. The guy shot the ball, and the ball would surely go in. I nearly blocked it, but it slid under my shin. The score was now even, 3-3. That penalty stung like a bee. The other team had the last play. It was a corner. There were no penalties needed to decide the winner. The ball was kicked and glided through the air. As I turned around, I knew we lost, and I started to swear. I thought I could reach it, so I jumped and realized my fault. The ball was well overhead, like it were launched from a catapult. One lucky guy headed the ball into the net. Dang, I had lost my bet. The victory was so close, and it was tossed. Last game of the season, and it was lost. Walked out of the field, shook everyone's hands. After being in the sun, I was very tan. There is no life lesson to teach. In this poem, my intent was not to preach. This is simply about a soccer game, lost in a manner really lame.
Hi, good evening. My name is Juan Pelayo, and this is Inevitably Emotion. Naive and pure, we were once upon a time. Everything was sure, couldn't read the signs, not very aware of our little tender hearts. We were taught to control, to conceal, to avoid what seemed good to the soul, what we sincerely enjoyed, not allowed to bear our little agitated hearts. People come knocking, they have figured it out, but we're so used to ducking under big clouds of doubt, thinking we're being fair, keeping everybody away from our little damaged hearts. Now the full of thorns can't say we weren't warned. Stabbed by a pair of horns feels worse than being conned. Tragically reborn, afraid to share, so very afraid to share our little breakable hearts. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kevin Norman, and this is my poem, Open Chest Surgery. He lives in my chest. He screams when my eyes see her. I feel cursed and sometimes blessed. He's just a love amateur. When I will open this sphere, the four seasons will sing. His reasons are clear. He is my body's king. He struck a streak of light in me. He feels the electricity. He is me in some degree, but not with such simplicity. When will he understand? She's out of my reach. He's still living in dreamland. A lesson this might teach.
Hello, my name is Marco Chucky Canalizo, and I'm going to present my poem, Always a Hope, Always a Light. Bombs, bullets and shots, dead bodies there were lots. You could hear the troops climbing the cars to reach and attack over the enemy's bars. The room was almost empty, but it had one light. It was really dark outside. It was already night. I was taken to a chair and there I was sat. Out came the general, wearing the enemy's hat. I hear you're John, well talk or die. See, this for me is no lie. Tell your commander exactly what I want you to say. If you don't, your throat I will slay. He pulled out a knife and held it to my face. I had been through worse. I actually didn't mind this place. Your silence has led my patience to be broken. As a cause, your cheek I'll cut open. The knife blade on my face opened its way. Ah! Don't mind the pain. My country I won't betray. Blood started dripping down my body and below. I'll be tortured. That's now all that I know. A man came from behind and pulled my hair, making me stand up from my wooden chair. John, you seem strong, and you, strength is what I sense. Let's see how that works when you're wired to the electrical fence. The voltage on the fence was too high. Being tied there, I felt about to die. Finally, I nodded, pretending I agreed to talk, but only after killing them all. Out of there I'd walk. I was taken to a chair, and there I was sat. I grabbed the mic and the radio turned on. Wolfden, do you copy? This is John. Don't worry, this won't last very long. I'll fight. This ain't where I belong. I saw lightning and heard thunder. I knew there was no time to surrender. The mic I grasped hard and swung at the only present guard. Blood came out his nose and on his back he landed. I turned just to see that a gun the general had been handed. There was no way out of there. A fight was what I had to bear. On the general's desk was my knife. It was the only hope I had to fight for my life. The knife I grabbed and fell to the floor, crawled to the window. The general blocked the door. Bullets were fired in my direction. In that cabin for me, there was no affection. I ran into the wild jungle, hoping I'd be found. Then I heard, "You will not escape, John!" The most horrifying sound. In the jungle I stayed that night, looking at the moon, big and bright. The rotten body smell was carried on the breeze. It seemed as if the dead were hanging from the trees. I woke up and it was already dawn. This meant to keep moving on. I turned and saw 200 men, each with a gun. To me, this didn't seem like much fun. I ran away from them all, trying to avoid what looked like a brawl. I visualized myself lying on the floor, already dead, when suddenly, bullets flew over my head. I saw my team out in the distance, helping and providing me with military assistance. I ducked and dived, and to my team I crawled, while their names I repeatedly called. Finally, safely, I reached my side. I couldn't help it. Eventually, I cried. It was finally over, finally the end. With my team, the rest of my time was spent. It was the worst time I've ever had, and because of its end, I'm really glad. Remember, no matter if it's day or night, there's always a hope, always a light.
That wasn't nervous sweat. That was standing next to the furnace sweat. All right? All right. All right. I am Alex Castro. My test 1. Test 3. All right. Morning ritual. Okay. My name is Alex Castro. This is my poem named Morning Ritual. 6:40. The house wakes up. I descend energetically. I move rapidly. My parents begin to groan. My siblings lethargically moan. It's time to prepare. My headphones come on. I turn it up. Oh, crap. Let me start again. 6:40. The house wakes up. I descend energetically. I move rapidly. My siblings. Just
keep going, Alex.
My parents begin to groan. My siblings lethargically moan. It's time to prepare. The headphones come on. I turn up the bass to their limit. The trooper starts at the crack of dawn. The race begins. I'll need to win it. 6:45. I'm in the kitchen. Tea comes pouring out of the kettle. I boiled it last night to let it settle. The water bottle goes into the freezer. Cold tea has always tasted better. 6. On to the next thing. Still life starts up. My coffee machine starts. It hisses as it steams. Meanwhile, I microwave milk for my drink. I discard the used, crushed coffee beans. 2 liquids mix. I scoop in sugar. It begins to sink. 7 a.m. Time is against me. I prepare fruit fervently. The toast darkens, menacingly. My breakfast is done. I race on. The competition hasn't been won. Sun and Steel kicks off. I'm now at the fridge, gathering supplies. All the ingredients are on the table. Sandwiches are made in the blink of an eye. I baptize each one with a bag and a label. 7:15. The last preparations are being made. My coffee goes into the microwave. It's become much colder. The ready-to drink is poured into a mug. I run outside. I take a sip and I shrug. The race was finally won.
Hi, I'm Paola, and this is my poem titled On Self-Destruction and Other Instincts. We built it all, the tower, the temple, the bridge. We tear it down, the missile, the crusades. the wall. We create life. We kill in cold blood. We come together, nations, families, lovers. We fall apart, treason, borders, cold. We want the truth, sincerity, power, God. We need the lie for love, for peace, for mind. And I wonder, is there a point? There is none. We make one up. Thank you.
Que lo agarren rápido para poner el papel.
Hello, my name is Daniel Matias Lundo. I'm going to be presenting powerful words. Herb woke up to the sound of his alarm. He turned it off with a flickety-flick of his arm. It was almost 8. Once again, he would be late. This would definitely determine his job's fate. He stood up and changed in a hurry. Tough task to complete. His vision was all blurry. He put on his glasses and rushed out the door. Herb was so mad, he was about to roar. He entered the kitchen, just like a businessman. He turned to his wife, Sue, and then it began. "You were supposed to wake me up," she shouted. Sue felt attacked and surrounded. "I'm sorry," she responded. "You just seemed so exhausted." To her surprise, Herb just ignored her and walked away, out the door and into the driveway. She followed her husband out to his sedan, where Sue said, "Please forgive me if you can. Look at me. Let me see a smile in your eye." Herb was so angry, and he wouldn't even try. He looked back just to find Sue, mouthing the words, "I love you." Just before he entered his cubicle, Herb stopped for coffee, as per usual. His boss, with a panicked and painful pulse. He looked and wished to speak with him. By the look in his face, he knew the conversation was grim. They started talking about a phone call and ended with the words, "I'm sorry." Herb only saw a side ending to this story. At the hospital, he found beautiful Sue in a bed. On her chest, he laid his head, only to realize her heartbeat had stopped. His knees shook and eventually dropped. Deeper than any ocean, his heart sank, and that's when his face went blank. Tears fell against her cheek. Herb's legs were still weak. His mouth made its way up to her ear. Already, his throat was sore. That's where he whispered the words, "I love you more."
Vamos, Diego.
Hello, my name is Diego Macedo, and this poem is called A Million Songs. I used to know a million songs, now only riffs, 10 seconds long. Basic music wasn't my desire, learning a single chant, style. The painful pleasure on my fingers, now I miss when it used to linger. I attack my guitar with my pick, but can't remember the following click. Not knowing a song is pointless, playing with a passion, it's noiseless. I may have the fervor, but what's a song without its flavor? The hue of the wood going dim, the sounds of the strings are now dim. The guitar is not where it belongs, as I don't know a million songs. Thank you.
My name is Alexa, or Lilu, and this is my poem. Why do I have to leave you every morning when I want you? I don't do well when we're apart, when I'm with you.
I feel like a piece of art. I want to sleep with you the whole day. I think about you. But why? Why does it have to be like this? Come on, tell me. Please. I'm always on top. I have to be with you, but I'm not. Oh, get out of my head. It bothers. I don't want to be like the others. All day I want you. All night I'm with you. I'm sorry I have to leave without warning, like I did this morning. Because I can't get you out of my head. That's why I love you, my dear bed.
Okay, now is the part of our program where we have a few minutes break, but I would just like to ask everybody one more time to give a round of applause to your poets this evening. I'm kind of biased. Honestly, every year I say, wow, that was amazing. That was the best year. But actually, that's really true. I think it keeps getting better every year. And I just want to say thank you to all the students, because I know that it's a very difficult thing to do, and I appreciate that you spend your time and your energy and open your hearts to all of us here, including myself. It's probably the most proud I ever am of my job this evening. It's my favorite night of the year, and I want to say thank you, because you make it so important and special for me. So thank you to you guys. So what we'll do right now, we're going to take a few minutes. The judges are going to add up some scores. But we're doing something a little different this year, because that takes a little bit of time. And so this year we'd like to entertain you with some more poetry, but we have an open mic session. So we have some people here who have decided to share some of their poetry with you. I think we have 6 or 7 poets. Some of them you know, and actually I think there's somebody here none of you know. So that's pretty exciting. But our first poet this evening is going to be the very, very much loved and truly professional poet, Miss Pelayo.
No venía preparada. ¿Cuál de los dos leo? Bueno, yo me llamo Kilian, ya saben, ¿verdad? Y escribí esto que se llama Qué difícil es rimar, y se los escribió mis alumnos de 11º. Me han pedido que un poema recite en este lugar. Como ya no sé de versos, tan solo puedo rimar. A menudo me preguntan si no me gusta rimar. Yo les digo que las cuentas causan dificultad. Eso del metro y el ritmo es tarea monumental, pero mi maestra Heather me podría reprobar. Como me gustan las cosas con algo de libertad, pues me libero de metros, de ritmos y de rimar. Mi sueño grande y sincero es un 10 poder sacar, y aunque no gane dinero, quiero ganar el slam. Vuela, vuela palomita, se ha acabado este cantar. Hasta la siguiente cita en este mismo lugar. ¡Adiós!
Alright, my name's Sam Huber, and my poem is called 5 Stars. Alright. Why are 5 stars such a big deal? Is it because the fancy bouquets and flowers that are real? Are these flowers really real? What does that even mean? Grown in a farm and shipped there by a team? A team of people more focused on the task than the flower. If found in nature, why does it have less power? How many stars now? Maybe 2 or 3? Oh, color's off. On the petal, there might be some pee. Oh, 5-star service makes us feel so important and respected. Or could a campfire be the same with friends that you connect with? Surrounded by servants and other important people seems like the best it could ever be. Or what if I was surrounded by no people? Just some rocks, a creek, the sky, and some trees. Does 5 stars mean people have worked harder and deserve better than the rest? Or would simply doing what you love with positive intentions be closer to the best? If you don't know what you love, would doing what you know how to do with dignity be enough? Or maybe it's not necessarily the harder you work, but the smarter you work that gets you more stuff or stars. Hey, 5 stars can bring you room service, silk sheets, and TV in the bathroom. But can 5 stars give you coyotes howling, a peaceful mind, and a grin from the moon? I ask because really I don't know what we should choose if we truly could. But I guess we can choose, and looking around, the answer is pretty clear with all the comforts and goods. A view from a 5-star hotel or restaurant, or a 5 billion star view from a tent or a cot. Since we're judging on the amount of stars, well, 5 billion seems like an awful lot.
Hi, my name is Andrea Gomez, and I'm presenting my poem, Us. Me, you, him, her, them, us. We share everything. We share the land we live in, the air we breathe, the water we drink. We share our experiences, love, happiness, sadness. We share our knowledge, but we also share our anger, the stuff that makes us furious. And then we kill, because we stop caring about people. And that's how simple something that we once called us becomes them, her, him, you. It simply becomes me.
Okay, my name is Laura, and I guess this is the second time I'm here. I'm still nervous. Okay. Do we know each other? I mean, sure, if we talk daily. You're always texting me through WhatsApp. Hey girl, what's going on? And we also share all kinds of stuff, you know? Through the photographs we share, Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook. I mean, it's like seeing you multiple times a day. But still I wonder, do we know each other? I know how you feel because I read all of your tweets. If you're sad, if you're happy, if you're angry, if you're joyful, I mean, no matter the emotion, I'll reply on the emotion. But do we know each other? Because I know about your life, and I know what you do. I know where you're in and the people you're with. I see it on Snapchat, and I follow your check-ins, and even search for the people you're tagged with. And even though the internet says, friends, I ask you, do we know each other?
It's called Invasion. Into my bones and under my skin, I start to feel the invasion begin. My head spins. I'm getting dizzy. Don't talk to me. I'm busy. Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Stop calling. I got rid of my phone. I gave you everything I had. Leave. You're making me sad. Stay away. You make me afraid. And no, I don't wish you had stayed. You watched me drown with a grin as you told me to learn how to swim. That's enough. Quit making excuses. I'm done with being the one who loses. Shut up. Your words are static. My life with you has been traumatic. Stop yelling. You're too loud. Hurting me has made you proud. Stay back. You're a beast. You're the person I like least. You're toxic. You're insane. All you did was give me pain. Stay back. You're a beast. You're the person I like least. Your voice, get out of my head. I can't even sleep in my bed. My skin is a mosaic of bruises. And I'm done with your abuses.
We only have. Is there anyone else who I didn't know was going to share a poem with us tonight? Anybody inspired? Any parents sitting out there that's like, woohoo! I got something in my wallet I've been willing to tell you all about for years. No, okay. All right. So we have one person left. We got one poem left. Kind of a swan song. I'm not sure if I can.
It comes out in here.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it. Okay.
Hello, I'm Mike Hennigan. With apologies to Walt Whitman, this poem. Oh, Fenton, Miss Fenton, our fearful school year is done, almost. We survived every problem, and for that, we thank John Lund. The tests are all taken, the feedback gently said, the meetings nearly finished. Please, Lord, shoot me dead. Oh, Fenton, Miss Fenton, problems, we've got a few. It's May. It's Vallarta. It's plenty sticky too. Construction next door. Banda music till 2. That line's a lie. They're playing till 4, boo. The printer won't print again. And I don't see any help in the manual. Turn it off. Turn it on. No luck. Call Daniel. Kids come to class late. Yeah, I'm talking to you, 11th grade. Don't worry, it's all good. Your detention's made. Oh, Fenton, Miss Fenton. Despite all my bitching, I shouldn't complain. Hey, so I cussed. No snitching. The ASBV kids ain't so bad. Who am I kidding? They are nicer than we were when we sat where they're sitting. And the staff, let me tell you, they are a special bunch. I'll miss every one of them, and that's more than a hunch. Our school's a great family, growing stronger each day. It is a night like tonight that I'll be missing next May. That goes in. What happens?
Are you ready, Mr. Lund?
Yeah.
Follow that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, we have to calculate the score first.
Really?
Well, I didn't want to do that in front of everybody.
I got nothing. They're just going to calculate the score. So, Nick, do you have, maybe we could listen to some music? Anybody got the music here? Somebody. So maybe somebody closer to the bar, just ask them to turn on the music a little bit, please. Somebody.
We're looking for the on button.
Testing. Danny's coming back to read his poem again. Surprise ending. All right, we have a decision from the judges. So it was obviously everybody was excellent. It was a tough decision. Came down to halves of points. The third place tonight goes to Marco. All right, and then the second place goes to Edwin. And the first place goes to Jimena. Thanks, everybody.
I hope we see you all next year. Those of you who have more children, and there are a bunch of you, hopefully we'll see you next year. And those of you who don't, hopefully you enjoyed yourselves and you'll come back and feel inspired and maybe share some of your own poetry with us next year. Thank you.